Hello again and welcome to Money Matters. In the first half of this year, cybercrime in Hong Kong increased by almost 50% from the same time last year, with money scammed amounting to roughly 1.6 billion Hong Kong dollars. It accounts for a third of all crimes in Hong Kong. I spoke to the Cybersecurity and Tech Crime Bureau of the Hong Kong Police, as well as a couple of victims, to find out more.
At first, I earned thousands of Hong Kong dollars, but I invested and lost $90,000. The whole thing all happened within 5 hours.
Earlier this year, 29-year-old architectural designer Randolph Lai decided to look for a part-time job to make a bit of extra money.
I have lots of spare time, so I'm able to take a part-time job. I searched part-time job opportunities on Facebook and Instagram, and I saw there's a job, click farming. It sounds interesting, so I think I can try it in my spare time.
Click farming is used to boost online traffic, sales, and visits to sites. Those doing it might simply like or comment on a site, article, product, or buy a product, so it shows that a large number of people have either liked or bought that item, making site visitors think it's a good buy.
I found this company on Facebook and Instagram. They were very nice and asked me, "What position do you want?" And they said, "You are suitable for doing click farming because your hours are a good fit."
He believed the job was with Hong Kong TV Mall since the site they registered him to was identical. But it was a dummy site created by the scammers. His job was to boost sales of certain items.
I was responsible for buying a product. They would return the money to me after they got the receipt. I gave them the receipt and they gave 10% bonus plus the principal.
After doing this a few times, he says he was asked to do what is called a bundled order, where he would order several of the same items in a single purchase, followed by another order of several, and then a third. He wouldn't get paid until all purchases were completed.
They asked me to buy 3 televisions, which cost $70,000 each. I felt weird. Yes, TVB Mall sells televisions, but is there anyone who needs 3 television sets? And $70,000 is a very high price for a television, so I started to have doubts. You need to finish all 3 orders to get the bonus.
After buying the first order of 3 TVs, they insisted he had to buy more to get his refund and bonus, but he refused and wanted his money back.
Eventually, they stopped texting me. They handed me to a customer service person to serve me every day.
How many days did they string you along for?
2-3 days.
When he finally realized it was a scam, he went to the police and his bank to report it.
The bank told me it's not possible for them to stop the transaction, they can't cancel it, so they just passed it on to the police.
Luckily, Randolph kept his correspondence with the scammers and had a bank account name and number. But even with this, it's not a simple crime to solve. Senior Inspector Wallace Tang says that accounts victims transfer to are often stooge accounts. Accounts that scammers have paid people for, so they can use them for their operation. People who allow their accounts to be used are liable for money laundering.
the whole scam does not involve only one bank account. It usually involves multiple bank accounts from the first layer to the second layer or even to the third layer. It may need a few months to track all those bank accounts, but by that time, the money has already gone.
He adds that job scams are the second most popular online scams. They've risen by about 365% year on year for the first half of 2022. The perpetrators are skilled, making it easy for victims to fall prey.
I have personally viewed those websites, and they look exactly the same as the genuine one.
While crime in general has only risen by 1.9% in Hong Kong since last year, cybercrime has grown by 25%. Tang says part of the reason is that because of the pandemic, people are used to interacting virtually on their smartphones or other devices, whether it's for work, investing, or personal relationships. Romance scams for the first half of this year netted almost $370 million, even though they account for less than a tenth of online crime.
When compared to the what we call e-shopping frauds, with loss of around a few hundred Hong Kong dollars, those romance scams and investment frauds usually occurred more loss because the victims are usually rich. For romance scams, normally it takes the victims would lose for around a few million Hong Kong dollars to even 20 million Hong Kong dollars.
Data shows that 80% of victims are women, ranging from 17 to 86 years old, and many don't prosecute.
A lot of victims are married females, so they may be a bit reluctant to go to the court and reveal the whole story in the court.
Retail investment sites and apps have seen rapid growth since 2020, with many jumping on the investment bandwagon, making it an easy hunting ground for scammers.
I invested $150,000. After this, they disappeared, and also the website shut down.
Peter, a 23-year-old university student, used an online investment platform his friend had been using for a couple of months that appeared to be giving returns of $100 to $200 a day. He started with $6,000 last October.
You can cash out on the same day as the payout. In November, the scammer told me you need to invest more money, over $10,000. So I did, and they gave me more in return. So I believed them and invested more money several times.
Peter used his savings and borrowed money from his friends. By January, he had 3 accounts amounting to $150,000.
The revenue on the site decreased each day, and I couldn't cash out.
Peter looked on online forums to find out more about the site and discovered a number of people had been victimized by the same investment scam.
Around 10 to 20 people in my group reported this to the police. Some of them sold their flats, and some are students who lost all their deposits.
He reported his case to the police, but hasn't told his family, and only a few friends know.
I don't think I can get the money back. But the reason that I want to share my story is that I don't want more people to be scammed because of this. I didn't tell my family as I would try to return the money on my own and don't want to bother them.
Tang says the detection rate for cybercrime is 8.8%. Obstacles to solving these crimes are that perpetrators are often not based in Hong Kong And getting all involved parties to cooperate and share data is a challenge.
In view of the political situation in recent years, a few large overseas social media companies have refused to provide user information to Hong Kong police for criminal investigations since 2020, so making it more difficult for us to trace the offenders.
Do these social media platforms work with police from other jurisdictions?
As far as we know, those social media platforms kind of cooperate with other law enforcement agencies. And if such requests are made by overseas law enforcement agencies, they tend to entertain them, but not to the Hong Kong police force.
There are also few cybercrime laws to deal with these types of scams.
Currently, we only charge those criminals with obtaining property by deception, which is not exactly the same as the cybercrimes.
In the digital age, worrying about pickpockets is less of an issue than being more vigilant about who we decide to friend or communicate with on social media platforms, how we look for work online, and what types of platforms we use to invest or buy products on. So rather than securing your purse or wallet, you'll need to secure your digital profile. When Money Matters returns, how the typhoon season is bringing more than just headwinds to the property market. Stay with us. Welcome back to Money Matters. Hong Kong home buyers are bracing for more rate hikes in the latter part of the year as developers aggressively launch new projects. They're offering attractive financial incentives to lure home buyers onto the property ladder. Alice Khan spoke with one developer who has turned some of her service departments in the heart of the city into new apartments for the residential market. Will her gamble pay off?
Developers who launched their new projects in May set their prices around 30% above the secondary market. Many were oversubscribed, but the expectation of higher borrowing costs recently has cooled things down. To see how things are going, we landed in Causeway Bay to explore what was a fishing town before Hong Kong's explosive urban development. Jardines Crescent and Ye Wall Street were sold by the British colonial government to Jardines in the 19th century. Pre-COVID, it was a shopping haven. Now, a new residential development on Ye Wall Street has been launched. Originally serviced apartments, the building has been remodeled as a residential block. The developer closed it down in 2019 and spent $200 million to build 64 furnished flats from the 8th floor to the 19th floor. Vivian Chan has been building serviced apartments for more than 10 years. She also has office and retail properties. Her company suffered a decline of corporate tenants during the pandemic.
V is only now 1/3 in terms of income for service apartments. And also in asset size, also 1/3. The development side, about 20 to 30%. We're very even. I like to hedge everything. You know, we don't have everything in one basket. Residential, I'm always optimistic in Hong Kong because Hong Kong has a pent-up demand for good residences because people always need a roof over their head.
Her new fully furnished flats are ready for viewing. The size of the 64 flats ranges from 274 square feet to 875. Vivian Chan has just launched the first batch of 6 units. The prices range from $7.95 million up to $17.28 million. Today, Vivian Chan showed us what she says is her masterpiece.
Very nice.
Yes.
What's the size?
417 square feet. This is one of my favorite units.
It was service apartment, is it correct?
Yes. We've toned it down totally. We've put in a new bathroom, new kitchen, plenty of storage for long-term use, and a proper dining area. So everything fits very well.
The new layout is open plan. The 3-seat sofa and divider are tailor-made for the flat.
Divider is very lovely, and it seems the color goes very well.
We use quiet colors, but it has a twist to the quietness. That is, it has a little bit of shine, it has a little bit of accent. We've used grays and beige and off-white and black and white, and we have the occasional chairs and side tables, which we've used very, very nice marble tops. So it all marries together. It's harmony.
Vivian built a sizable bedroom.
Can you show me the bedroom?
Yes, of course.
Vivian, why did you build a glass sliding door?
The sliding door gives a convenient divide for the apartment. It enables natural light to come into both the bedroom and the living area, and it also is a very airy, comfortable feeling.
The unit is bright because the bedroom has plenty of windows.
This bed is a queen-size bed, is it correct?
Yes, no bay windows, thank God. So people can get out of bed on 3 sides, on all sides. And of course, you know, it's perfect if you get up in the morning and it's a lovely day and you have all that light and you look into your living area.
There's a wardrobe along the wall.
You also have a glass door for the built-in wardrobe.
Yes, because we have some accent wallpaper for these open and transparent wardrobes, and it gives the entire space a really good, open and also clear atmosphere.
Next, we looked at the new bathroom.
The design theme is a bit different. What is the design theme?
It's quite European, it's black and white. It's actually a bathtub, a full bathtub, which is very unusual in Hong Kong for an apartment of this size. It has a lot of drawings with both locals and of course Japanese. A lot of expatriates also love bathtubs.
Kitchen is open plan and well equipped. Vivian says this kind of renovation is about $3,000 per square foot in the market. She's now selling the flat for $12 million, including the furniture.
About $28,000 per square foot, and it's very competitively priced.
But it seems 20% higher than some second-hand market in this area.
Oh, it's very, very obvious that this is a very different product than a lot of what is being offered in the second-hand market in and around Causeway Bay. It varies with, of course, the fittings. If you talk about the average square foot of an apartment in Causeway Bay and add to it the money you need to finish it, to fit it, and to refurbish it to the standard to which we have, this is probably 10 to 15% less than market price.
Like many developers, Vivian also worked with some major banks to offer financial incentives to lure buyers.
Who would like to buy this kind of units?
Oh, many people, couples, first-timers, because this is very competitively priced at just below 12 million, so it qualifies for the 90% mortgage. And it also enables someone with that sort of budget to have access and to be able to enjoy the very good design.
A larger 665 square foot unit is another favorite.
This got a very nice dining area. This is our tailor-made and specially designed resin bench chair. You can see the beautiful design.
The dining table is oval and also tailor-made.
It goes very well with the bench, of course. It sits 4 people very comfortably. You can arguably say, you can fit 5 comfortably if you put another chair here, or even 6.
The open-plan kitchen connects the dining and living area. The sofa and coffee table are tailor-made to fit into the apartment.
Can you show me the bedroom then?
Sure, certainly. Alice, this is the bedroom, the master bedroom.
It's quite spacious.
It is very special and very spacious. You can get out of bed on 3 sides, again, no bay window, and a lovely wardrobe.
But the design is a bit different. It's a black and white, right?
It's something which is quite mainstream. It goes with everything. If you have black and white, you can put anything on top of it.
Then there was the second bedroom.
Wow. This bed is for kid or for adult?
Either. I think it doubles up both for a child, obviously an older child, or it can be for a couple.
Where is the terrace?
It's out here, come.
Okay, show me then. Vivian, how big is this terrace?
It's 227 square feet, the size of a flat.
Yeah, it is. And then what can we use in this area for?
Well, parties, lazing around, relaxing, right in the middle of Causeway Bay. You can have a barbecue, you can have a dinner party, or you can just laze around. And you can actually have a sun bath here too.
Vivian hasn't set a price for this flat yet, but says the fit and finish would make it immune to changing market prices. We asked a surveyor whether the price of the available units offers good value.
When compared with the newly launched residential development in the Hong Kong Island region, normally the unit rate will be around 30,000 per square foot or above. So in case we are talking about unit rates of 28 to 29,000 Hong Kong per square foot, including furniture, I think it already reflects a certain percent of discount compared with other newly launched residential developments in Hong Kong Island side.
Interest rates will continue to rise this year, but the analyst Martin Wong says developers will resist big discounts.
Developers always want to unload their inventories, but only at the right price, because they are not really having a cash flow issue or a debt issue. They will definitely increase the pace of the sales in the second half of the year, but it's not really in a rush. And they don't really have kind of a pressure to have a much discount on the sales units.
That's the show. Thanks for watching. Next time, we look at how new rules that promote gender diversity on company boards impact governance. See you then. Good night.